Good morning, YouTube. My name is Amisbro, and for this video we are doing an anime review in the anime review series. For those who are unaware, for a series to qualify, it has to be something we could have streamed through Hulu, Funimation, Neon Alley, or it's in my own personal collection. Or it can be Funimation licensed and I use some other way to do it. Now, this is the first of what is going to be 4 reviews coming up on Tuesdays. Today, we're doing Brothers Conflict. Next Tuesday, it's free Iwatobi Swim Club. 2 weeks from today, it'll be Diabolic Lovers. And the week after, Back to the Pool, Free Eternal Summer. So those are the next 4 weeks of reviews for you. So let's talk about Brothers Conflict, and what is exactly Brothers Conflict? That's the big question I know you're probably wondering. Brothers Conflict is an Otome game series. It is also a novel series. Now, to be clear, the novel series came out in 7 volumes between December 22nd, 2010 and July 21st of 2012. It was published in Sylph Magazine. It's a Sylph Magazine and published by ASCII Media Works. There are 2 games in the series. One is called Passion Pink. It came out May 17th, 2012, and there is a second game called Brilliant Blue, which came out literally 5 days before the end of this series, which ended on September 17th, 2013. Brilliant Blue came out September 12th. So what actually is Brothers Conflict? Well, it's an Otome game series and manga series, as we have already established, which follows the, well, let's call them the triumphs, somewhat, and tribulations and trials of Ema Hinata, or Ema Asahina, whichever you prefer, of course, as she goes to move in with her 13 brothers, and I refer to them as brothers, not step-brothers. 13 brothers, 13 personalities. And trust me when I tell you, there's a huge roll call. I won't go over all of them, we'd be here an hour. But there are 13 different personalities, and there's 12 episodes to this series. There's no way we could possibly give everybody the screen time. Well, this series did something interesting that I think Diabolic Lovers, another series we're going to be reviewing, like I said, in 2 weeks, followed. What they did was they decided they're going to introduce you to every character. And then they're going to figure out how to do stories for all of them. But they're also going to figure out how to phase out the ones that aren't going to be up for the, dare we say, final selection. So what they basically do is they basically take the paths and they figured out how to get to the one they really need to get to. Or in this case, the 2. Now, the episodes ran for about 23 minutes. They aired at 11 p.m. Central on Tuesdays. That's about midnight Eastern, which was a Wednesday actually here. And oh, is it ever a good series. Now, how did I come across Brothers Conflict? Well, I came across it because of Funimation, its website. What happened was I was watching their YouTube channel, and they ran a trailer for this show. I'd never even heard of Brothers Conflict before. So I watched it. I watched the trailer and I went, when does it start? July 2nd? Alright. Went to their website, found out it wasn't airing for like 2 weeks. So they were starting on episode 3. Alright. So I watched the first 2 episodes elsewhere, and I was like, alright. Then I watched episode 3, and I really started enjoying it, and I said, alright, I gotta see where this ends up. the reaction when I ended on episode 12 is the same reaction I had tonight. I was almost on the verge of tears because I did not want the series to end. I enjoyed it so much because I enjoyed all the characters. I enjoyed the way they all had different conflicts, be it coming into grips with their feelings for Ema, the female lead in the series, or with each other, if it was a personal thing, a business thing, whatever. And it was just, the way they did was so brilliantly freaking laid out, it made me want to cry, because it was like, first off, I didn't think it was possible to do a game like that in an animated form. But they did it, and it was so great to see these characters, and you watch them through the episodes, literally right before your eyes, just about grow up and be even more mature than when they started in the series. Now, I know you're going to ask me this question. Well, Josh, let me ask you, do you have any favorite characters in the series? Yeah. Where do you want me to start? How about I tell you about the Prince character? His name is Iwatobi Swim. And literally the one, I think, if they had wrote it this way, could have been the character that Ema sort of leans on for support. Alright, maybe not leans on for support, but goes to for advice. Because he's 18 years old. The fucker talks like he's an experienced adult. He's 18! Think about that. Who's another one? Kanami Asahina. Yeah, another economy. There was one in Vampire Knight. My God. This dude, I despite his womanizing playboy personality that he may have, I wouldn't want anybody between him and Iori. Those are two people. If I was going to be stuck in a fight, I'd want them to have my back, because I promise you one thing, Iori's got that mentality. He would do something, and I think even though he's a monk, he lay somebody out if he needed to. I trust them with my life easily. Hikaru Asahina. He's a novelist with a little bit of an interesting hobby. Yes, he's a crossdresser. But he actually does like women. Some people get this misconception that crossdressers have to be gay. No! He does. He has a bit of a thing for Ema towards the end of the series, and maybe even a little before that. And he's a bit of a mischief starter too. But I love that about the character. Aza Asahina, or Azusa, however you want to pronounce it. My God. He's an identical twin of Tsubaki, but he, far and away, I love him dearly. He would be a guy, he's another one of those guys that I like, that he seems just kind of laid back, and, he almost wants to be in a conflict with anybody. He's just that dude that wants to, do stuff. The problem is he's got to keep his identical twin, Tsubaki, on a leash. Not easy. Natsume is pretty cool too, although he's got his own issues, I think. Trust me, the only brother that he had an issue with the whole series was a guy named Fuyuto Asahina. He's a pop idol. I have my reasons for not liking him. We won't get into them because it'll be 30 minutes on this fucking video, and I'm trying to keep it under. But what makes this show so great? Well, the animation, which is done by a studio called Brian's Base. By the way, it's Base spelled B-A-S-E. There's also the music. My favorite part is the ending theme, which is called 14-1, which is sung by every member of the cast. Well, except for Ema. It's Julie and the 13 brothers. Julie is, by the way, her guardian pet squirrel. Yeah, there's an interesting one. And Julie has a really weird gauge on some of the brothers. He has virtually no issue with Lewis, right? Matter of fact, they form a bit of a coalition. I don't know exactly what his read when it comes to Iori is. I like him, but it seemed at times that he kind of didn't like him. I don't know. And I don't even know why, because look, if you knew the backstory of Iori Asahina, you would probably have more sympathy for him in a heartbeat. The fact of the matter is, I'm going to tell you this real quick. He had a girlfriend, and she got killed in a car accident. He almost committed suicide because he wanted to be with her. So you might say he's not mentally stable. I think the fact that he almost did that but came back down to earth a little bit kind of made him realize he wants to be sort of a noble prince and a noble knight, and he wants to be there especially for someone like Ema. Because I noticed in at least one episode, and maybe in a couple, it seemed like he always wanted to be around her, or he wanted to, he wanted her to talk to him. I don't want to say she could have leaned on him, but to me, it's just me, if it wasn't, say, Lewis, or if it wasn't Julie, I think Iori would have been great, even if they didn't end up in a relationship, just for somebody to talk to. Because he was probably one of the most genuine brothers when it came to, his feelings and his emotions. And the way he was so calm and cool when around her made me go, why don't you go to him sometimes? Why don't you go and seek him out if you think you're having too much, if you're thinking you're having too many problems? It would have helped a lot. Not saying the show wasn't good without that, but there's so much development that can be done with that character. I've jokingly said I wish he would get his own series. Like, I could see like Iori Asahina actually getting his own like manga series or anime series, because it's like he knows, it seems almost like, how to be not really a womanizer, but just that kind of person that if you're having a fucking issue and you need a level head to talk to, he's your guy. That's just me. And seeing that, it kind of like broke my heart, because he didn't get that much screen time after, say, the initial 2 or 3 episodes. I don't think. He may have gotten like maybe one scene where he talked to her, or he may have got like a couple brief cameos, but he didn't really get a whole lot of time after that. Kind of made me sad. Kaname, I have no issue with him. Does he seem like a womanizer? Yes. But you know what? Like I said, if you told me I have to have him back me up in a fight, no issue. Same with Iori. Maybe when you go, if you give him the goddamn frying pan to hit somebody in the head with. But he was brilliant. The way they did these characters, and the way they gave them these personalities. And mind you, I just named 2. If it was Wataru, if it was Hikaru, if it was Subaru, Natsume, Azusa, Tsubaki, Mazumi, Yukio. Do you get what I'm saying? All these different personalities, and yet they all managed to live under one roof. Yes, it could get confusing if you're not watching it all, but it was so much fun. I had a blast. And like I said, the animation, granted, it was only a year old, but the animation is top notch. To me, the way they did the stories and they developed the characters, they made you care about the characters. It made me not want the series to have to end, because at the end of 12 episodes, there was that part of me that felt, oh no, I have to leave them now. Fuck. That literally is the way I felt. But let me wrap this up this way. Brothers Conflict was the anime that helped me get my feet wet back into the world of anime to see if I really still enjoyed it after being basically absent from it for a good while. I mean, yeah, I still did the reviews occasionally, but like I hadn't really hardcore watched it for a while. And I wanted to see, would a show like this give me the bug back? And it did. And I owe it to these 13 brothers and their darling sister. And I think you need to get acquainted with them. I usually would end, when we were getting ready to end the episodes, I would say, the chances you are going to enjoy this series are 14-1. And I don't mean that as, it's going to be a long shot for you. It was my joke because 14-1 is the name of the ending theme. But the chances you are going to enjoy this series, they're not 14-1. There's a 100% chance you're going to enjoy this series. You will find the brothers you like. You will find the ones you hate. You will think there should be more. You will get pissed off when a character you like doesn't get featured in an episode. There will be times when you wish this character didn't get a feature in the episode. But you will enjoy it. I promise you. And I hope that you allow these brothers into your life and you allow yourself to be connected to them like I have. This is the first year when this is one of the few times I've rewatched this series, and its effect that it had on me is truly the same. Please go watch this. Now I will see you next Tuesday when we go to the pool. Iwatobi Swim Club. Yes, it's time to go see the boys from Free. See you then. Take care, gang.